Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. We have a patient who received dual chamber pacemaker for sinus node disease. She had stroke from paroxysmal AFib, and we implanted for her dual chamber pacemaker. She had this paroxysmal AFib going on and off, and if we look at this memory, it was implanted in 2016. صح؟ لا, this is the شهر 9 16/9. Anyway, during this follow-up, she had it once here. This is AFib, and here in December 2023, she had it, which lasted here until we gave her this shock, and then she remained in sinus rhythm till the middle of January. After 14th of January, she went into atrial fibrillation again, and she came. We gave her another this shock, and in February she had been in AFib again. So what we are seeing here, this is the atrial fibrillation, and this is the conduction, the normal conduction. If we get here adjust, we can see everything here. Before we start, we have to have good ECG, we have good intracardiac, we have the atrial EGM, we have the ventricular EGM. As you can see, the fibrillatory waves, this is the atrial, the atrial chamber is sensing some of the fibrillatory waves, not all of them. And there is native conduction through her own, and sometimes through the pacemaker, ventricular, and this is loss of atrial sensing and then atrial pacing. So we will look at the parameters. This screen is showing us. We can here take this lead instead of this one. You can take this lead 1, okay, lead 1. If you lose the signal in any lead, you can change it from here. You can lead 2. Sometimes the patient and the electrode so keep this here. So this is the atrial chamber, this is the ECG limb lead 2, and this is ventricular electrogram, and this is the summary screen. صلحني بقى لو انا كده. Atrial sensing is here. Atrial pacing 9%, although she's in AFib. Atrial pacing is 23%. Ventricular pacing is less than
60% almost.
It is 36%. 36%.
And pacing we pace 23.
So almost all through. طبعا because this is there is no mode switch because of the atrial sensitivity. So we go to the parameter. What is this going on? This is because of the atrial sensitivity is 0.18, and here AI versus DDD is still not sensing. I'm going to change this. This is the lowest, so we don't have any choices here. So we can see that there is the atrial fibrillation is sensed, and there are some conduction native and some others through the pacemaker, which gives her a lot of V pacing. Before you do anything,
the device make DDIR make mode switch.
This is mode switch to DDIR. Okay, this what makes her Bardock pacing more ventricular. We don't need this. So let's look at the mode switch pattern. Not here. طب هتبقى هنا بقى. Mode switch فين؟ hey, mode switch. Mode switch is on, and detection rate 150. Okay, mode switch is on, detection rate 150, and here. But the mode with mode switch, where we find it, Ya Muhammad?
Okay, mode is DDIR here.
No, this is fixed.
Yes.
Okay, so we'll start testing as if we are not going to program anything. We are just want to measure this P wave of fibrillatory waves to see how he is looking. We'll see, because we have the sensitivity 0.18 you can take. Now he is measuring, trying to measure. It's 0.25 to 0.35. He should have been able mode switch. Okay. So here he saw it. He made mode switch, and he is doing it in DDI mode. صح?
Yes.
So. Okay, this is the strip. But the P wave should be sensed all through. Why is he? Yeah, he's not tracking, but he is sensing very well. So, okay, the ventricle. In this case, we'll make it VVI again. We'll do every test and then we'll see what should we do with this nice patient. Okay, now we are here. You can see this is 11.2 to 15.6.
I want to see told something. If we didn't here, we in the same. If we increase the sensitivity, okay, here. What we will do as that's the first presentation. Okay, it appear A sense V pace, A pace V sense. He didn't do V pace. He didn't do any mood switch, but we make
it like this because this is no. Okay, now it is pacing at the lower rate, 60.
He didn't see the
sometimes
at all. Yes.
Sometimes he's feeling it. So we cannot go less than 0.18. There is no measurement here.
Okay.
So he is here. He will show us that there is mode switch.
Okay, it will
show. Time.
Okay, mode switch.
Mode switch to DDI mode. Okay, so now we are in switch DDI mode, but we cannot play with the mode. We can ask also the company. Time. Now we have to fix this problem. We have to test for ventricular pacing threshold before we go into the atrium. You cannot test atrial pacing threshold when the patient has AFib. So we are going only to test in VV, and we have the heart rate 63, so this is okay. We are going to test for ventricular, and now we have the ventricular chamber, and we have the ECG. Okay, capturing 1.5 capturing, and the EGM is showing here. 1 volt, excellent. 0.75. Lost. Okay.
0.5.
So the threshold again. Okay, now we have to fix this. So fixing this is to program it to VVI standby because her ventricular rate is okay. So let's make it 55, and we can go to hysteresis, sleep on I1. So we can go to hysteresis to 40 because she has this in native conduction. Remember, she is sinus node disease. She had sinus bradycardia, but there was
Now it is complete native.
We'll not run the R rate response so that we have only this VVI. Meshi. So we have 55 lower rate. We have here hysteresis 40, which is good. So we are safe. And here auto capture, and auto capture we have 2 volt, 1.5, and this is the adaptive. And this, if we need any more, we can choose for day at rest the timing of the test, and adaptive sensing during search adaptive. Okay, so we change it to VVI to minimize the number of ventricular pacing, and now we think about how to fix this atrial fibrillation. This needs ablation, and ablation in this case 3D because this is persistent AFib. This is if you look at this screen, it says 70 days with more than 4 hours. This means this is persistent atrial fibrillation. We are going to check for the impedance. The impedance is perfect. The pacing threshold of the ventricular auto capture is 0.75 as we measured. Then we have to look at the battery and the lead. We don't need to measure again. 9 years impedance, atrium, this one and this one, and get. So what is left? She is on anticoagulation. Remember, she had a stroke and she had this paroxysmal AFib in out. She received twice this shock, and we have to fix her atrial fibrillation. This is her echo. This is her echo. Echo da. Okay, normal echo, normal functions as we see. No abnormalities. And the good thing is that the left atrium is normal, 3.9, is not dilated. So she is a good candidate for atrial fibrillation ablation using 3D electroendoscopic mapping. Thank you very much.